My name is JP Poulos, and this is a class on how to use your Nikon digital SLR. SLR stands for single lens reflex. If you have a Nikon digital camera that looks like this, you're in the right place. If you're watching this intro video, it means you've probably spent a lot of time looking at your camera wondering about all the buttons and dials. You maybe have even looked through the manual for your camera, and most likely that only made matters worse. I created this class because I'm convinced that camera manufacturers are out to confuse their customers. I'm here to clear up the confusion. A little about myself. I've been a professional photographer since 2006. I got my start as a celebrity photographer here in New York City. I photographed celebrities on the red carpet and at events, and then my images would show up in magazines and newspapers next to articles about celebrities. In the past few years, I've taught over 4,000 people how to use their cameras. And in that time, I've learned what works and what doesn't work when people are learning photography. The biggest hurdle for most people is memorization. So my first rule in this class is no memorization. This may not make a lot of sense, since a lot of what you've learned in your life has been what I call informational learning. Informational learning is when someone gives you a ton of information, which you try to cram into your head and remember later. That's not how I teach, and it's not how I want you to learn. Instead of informational learning, you can think of this class as experiential learning, which is learning by doing. There will be exercises in this class that, combined with my explanation of the concepts, will really bring together your understanding of how your camera works. I'm going to spend all of my time in this class talking about your camera. I'm going to completely geek out on you. We're going to talk math, physics, and light. We're going to look at diagrams and really get into the nuts and bolts of how your camera works. The point of this class, though, isn't for you to leave the class thinking about your camera. The point is to have you not thinking about your camera. I'm going to teach you an intuitive way of using your camera. So instead of focusing on all those buttons and dials, you can instead focus on why you bought your camera in the first place, which is all the amazing moments in life that are happening around you, waiting to be captured. One note I'll make about this class is that the first 3 exercises are best done outside during the day. If you're watching this class on your home or office computer, I recommend watching the video and running outside to complete the exercises. I'll end this introduction with a quote by one of my favorite photographers, Henri Cartier-Bresson. He was a master at capturing those magical moments that happened all around him. During an interview in 1957, he said, quote, "Photography is not like painting. There is a creative fraction of a second when you are taking a picture. Your eye must see a composition or an expression that life itself offers you, and you must know with intuition when to click the camera. That is the moment the photographer is creative. The moment, once you miss it, it is gone forever." End quote. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to do my favorite thing, which is to empower people to explore photography in an intuitive and fun way.